Alright, what's going on guys? My name is Omega and welcome back to another Apex Legends video. So in today's video, I got a couple of big things to go over. We're going to start off with some small news and updates coming from Respawn. We also have some developer updates for Caustic, Wattson, and Loba. Then towards the end of the video, I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts on the leaked abilities for Blisk and whether I think they're real and whether they're actually going to end up in Apex or not. So lots of good stuff to talk about in today's video. If you guys do enjoy this series, make sure to drop a like below and subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a ton. Now to start this video, I want to show you guys a tweet posted by Respawn just a couple of minutes ago. They said just under 450 Apex Legends players globally have been affected by a persistent account bug that prevents login, sometimes tied to the common code net error message. We've begun manually restoring these accounts and have fixed about 70% of those reported. If you're experiencing persistent login issues, please reach out via our help site. There's also a link to that, which I will leave down in the description. They also said 4 affected players who've been locked out of their accounts for extended lengths of time, we're also going to be granting items and rewards as a small make good. So hopefully these rewards are going to be worth it, because I know some people have been locked out of their account for many weeks. Like if you've been unable to play Apex for more than a couple weeks or a month, I think you deserve at least like every single heirloom in the game. I don't know, man, like what else could you give to players after they haven't been able to play their favorite game for over a month? Let me know down in the comments what you guys think these players should get. Now we also have a tweet from Ryan Rigney, one of the developers over at Respawn, who said players seem to be liking us doing a lot more minor patch comms using the Respawn channel. So in the next couple of weeks, we're going to start rolling out even more dev to player communication. So this is definitely good to hear, man, especially in Apex when there's so many like little issues. Like you have server issues, you have audio issues, and you have so many different people complaining about different things. Having more developer communication to its players is always going to be a good thing. So I'm excited that I get to cover more of these smaller updates with you guys that we normally don't find out about unless someone, discovers it on Reddit. Now, moving on to some more legend specific information, I want to give you guys an update first on Caustic. Daniel Klein did say that if Caustic's win rate happened to go down significantly after his recent nerf, they would look at giving him some future buffs, such as possibly having him heal while sitting in his gas. Now we have some further updates from Daniel Klein on this data. He said it looks like the nerf barely touched his win rate. It's pretty much unchanged. No future work planned right now, but as always, this can change when we get new data. He also made a comment regarding Caustic's pick rate, saying that it went down from 10.2% all the way to 5.6%. He also said that's a massive decrease, no question, and that goes some way to explaining why his win rate stayed solid. Only the best Caustic players continued playing him. But that was part of the goal. Clearly having a 10% pick rate on Caustic was unhealthy for the game. Certain types of abilities cannot be that dominant, and action denying abilities like Caustic's gas are definitely in that category. So it looks like right now there are no future buffs coming to Caustic. Now obviously a lot of people were very upset with this news. One Reddit user commented saying, "Congrats, now I never touch him. Guess he's a legend for premates or people who excel with him. And you're happy with this quote balancing? Ray's pick rate was and still is insane, and she isn't nerfed as severely because of it. I don't understand how a character becoming popular a reason to nerf nuke him. The way this game is handled gives me less and less hope over time. Guess certain legends don't deserve to be fun." I don't know, man. Do you guys agree with this comment, or do you think that Caustic should not be buffed in the future? Now, Wattson is another legend that I talk about a lot. I'm sure you guys want to know what difference her buff made in the recent patch. One Reddit user had made a comment on a Reddit thread saying, "Did the 0.5 shield regen make any difference for Wattson?" Daniel Klein responded to this saying it brought up her win rate even more, which was already very high. She's currently one of the strongest characters in the game, and yet no one plays her. So here's my pro tip: you want to get some free wins, learn Wattson. He also said in another comment that in Predator lobby specifically, Wattson's pick rate is still at the very bottom. He said, "What that still tells me is that there's value left on the table if all you care about is climbing. Each Fuse, Rampart, or Revenant pick in Predator could have been a Wattson and had a much higher chance of winning the game." Now I have some fantastic news for all of the Loba mains out there. It looks like Loba's bracelet is finally going to be fixed in Season 9, and it feels like I'm just beating a dead horse every time I talk about Loba's bracelet, because we always get some updates on the fact that it's fixed, that there's no problems, and and then a couple weeks later everything breaks and we're right back to where we started. Now, Daniel Klein made a comment on a separate Reddit thread saying Loba's getting a lot of love for her tactical, hopefully in Season 9. I'm trying real hard not to overpromise, it's looking good right now, but bugs might come up or we may have to pull it for another reason. We're talking both bug fixes and quality of life changes. I've been playing the most recent version in playtest, and I'm also somewhat of a Loba main on live, and the difference is day and night. After about 10 hours or so of playing the new version, I've seen the tactical fail maybe once where it shouldn't have. On live, I land swamps and pretty much have every single one of my tacks fail. So that's definitely good news for Loba's tactical to be working 99% of the time in whatever playtest build they're doing this on. I'm definitely excited to see if this change is going to be the last change that we get for Loba's tactical, and it's going to be interesting to see what quality of life updates we could see for Loba. I imagine possibly maybe something like, you could grab teammate banners using her ultimate, or some variation of either to do with her ultimate or her passive. So definitely let me know what you guys think about these future Loba changes that we might be getting in the next couple of weeks. Now, to end this video, I do want to go over with you guys the video for the leaked abilities of Blisk. Now, this has been going around a lot in the Apex community the last 24 hours. It's basically blown up, and I want to give you guys my thoughts on whether I think this is legit, and more specifically, whether this version is going to come into Apex. So this originally came from Bias12 on Twitter, who made a tweet saying Blisk's ability. In the video, you can see someone playing on the firing range and calling down a Titan from Titanfall 2 that after landing on the ground was scanning the area and providing cover fire before exploding a couple seconds after. Now, at first, many people were saying that the video itself was fake, that it must have just been someone who was really good at editing that put it together. However, Bias did confirm in a separate tweet that this video was real and not an edit. He specifically said, "I'm not 100% sure when the person made the video, but I'll guess about Season 7 or late Season 6. There's nothing in the game files about his abilities, which means I don't think he's coming next. Remember, everything could have been changed." Now, we know that developers have mentioned how legends like Horizon and Fuse had completely different abilities in the early version of their creation compared to the abilities that they have in game now. There's a good chance that this was just a very, very, very early concept for Blisk's ultimate that has probably been changed since it was recorded. Now, according to Bias, these are what Blisk's abilities are from this specific test build. His passive is called Pilot Key, in which Blisk can hack survey beacons and he can wall run. That is a pretty big surprise, but I'll explain why I don't think that's coming in a little bit. His tactical is called My Ring, My Rules. Blisk creates a mini Ring Fury area that damages people inside it, basically what we just had with the Ring Fury LTM. His ultimate is called Standby for Titanfall. Blisk summons an Auto Titan, it scans in an angle in front of it and shoots at enemies when they're scanned. After a really short time, the Auto Titan gets destroyed. Now, I'm almost positive that if Blisk does end up becoming a future legend, his abilities are going to be completely different from what you saw in this test build. I also want to remind you that just because this leak is going around does not in any way suggest that Blisk is going to be the next legend. It's fun to speculate with leaks and stuff in the game files, but you really shouldn't jump to any conclusions because there's a pretty good chance all of this is eventually going to be changed. So let me know down in the comments below what you guys thought of these potential abilities. I think we're a long ways away from getting Blisk in the first place, and nothing is really confirmed until Respawn actually talks about it themselves. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below. But yeah, I will see you guys all in the next one. Hope you have a great day. Peace out.